Okay, so don't panic. I'm going to talk about the P word, pornography. And I know a lot of you are like, oh. All right, so did you know that the average age that a child is exposed to pornography is 12? So that means that as many kids as are exposed at 12 years old and over, there are the same number of kids that are exposed 11 years old and younger. And this is a reality in our world. It is at our fingertips, it is in our phones, it goes with us everywhere. And so as parents and anyone that interacts with children, it's really important to know how to talk to kids about pornography. And in the church, we often take the moral stance, right? We want to talk about sin and purity and all that kind of stuff, and that's great if the person you're talking to aligns with your morality. But if they say, I don't believe the same thing as you, then our argument loses a little bit of ground. So on Friday night, I'm going to be talking not only from a moral perspective, but also a neurological perspective, an emotional perspective, and a physiological perspective. So what happens to our children, our children's brains, our children's bodies, our children's emotions with repeated exposure to pornography? So if you have children, are going to have children, are a grandparent, an aunt or uncle, have children in your life in any way, this is going to be a really informative night for you, because we're also going to talk about how then do we talk about what we know and translate that to our children in a way that they can understand. If you do not have children and you're thinking, well, I don't really have anyone in my life, that's okay. Come anyway, because there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be relevant to adults as well. And then part 2.
And youth, you don't escape this. On the 18th, Phil and I will be hosting a night to talk to the youth of the church. Invite your friends. Niev, I understand you're starting something up. So whoever you know that's interested in this subject, is it awkward? Probably. Uncomfortable? Yep. Are we going to talk about it anyway? Sure are. Because we need to put this kind of stuff in the light. Right? We need to talk about it. Our kids can probably attest we talk about it too much. But that's because of what we do. And that's why we want to talk about it, because it absolutely, completely links to what we do working with women who are trafficked and exploited. The two are inextricably linked, and we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But really what we want to talk about is a healthy attitude towards our bodies, a healthy attitude about sex, and a healthy attitude about things that we can be exposed to. And it's not a question of if, parents, it's a question of when. So we got to talk about it. So that's what we're going to do.
So just a reminder, that is Friday, September 13th, 7 to 9 for the parent information night, and Wednesday, September 18th at 7 p.m. in the fireside room. Both are in the fireside room for the youth information night.